And we are live. What's going on out there, YouTube? We are back for another Game of Thrones live discussion. I've got Iman Snow on the deck. We got JOR-ELS Alexandra here, and we're about to give y'all a spoiler live discussion. Hopefully, y'all have already watched episode 9 of the 6th season of Game of Thrones, Battle of the Bastards. To me, one of the best episodes, but we're going to talk about everything spoilers, everything we liked, everything we didn't like, and we'll try to talk about it as best we can within a 20-minute window. All right, let's go ahead and get it started. So, everybody, what did we think about this movie?
So good.
Did I say a movie? That's
how good it was.
No, that was accurate. That was accurate right there. What did we think about it? Well, unfortunately, I can't scream at the current time, but it suffice to say is that I thought it was perfect.
Yeah.
I think that might be the shortest answer I can give you at this time. That was perfect.
I agree completely. 100% perfect.
Yeah. There was never a dull moment. Like, they never let down and just kind of gave me filler. I mean, the visuals. I mean, that's the other thing that I was going to bring up. I mean, as soon as I got out of my reaction, I was like, y'all, this is real quick for y'all. This was a 10 out of 10 for me all day. One of their best episodes ever. And I don't know what it is. Every 9th episode always has this big, gratifying episode. But in terms of visuals in this episode, like between Daenerys and between the fight, what did y'all think about the visual scope of this? Because it had to have been a good amount of money they put into this episode.
That's what I heard.
Oh my God! The overall visual scope of this thing.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, it sort of feels like I can't remember if each episode is like 10 million or something like that, but I feel like they just poured like 20 million into this one episode. Like half of this season's whole production probably just went into this one literal episode. I mean, the snow versus snow. Daenerys riding the dragon, flaming people. I mean, it's their highest achievement visually so far.
Yeah. What about you, Mom? What do you think?
I mean, if you saw the actual episode, like, there's not... so much happened. Like, it was so funny because, like, not only was Daenerys on Drogon, then the other two broke free. That was crazy. They just, like, went right through. Like, it must have cost so much money. Like, I heard people saying 30 million and just, wow. I don't know because I haven't actually, like, researched it for myself, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was just, like, they went all out on this one.
Yeah.
Great.
Gosh, it was such a spectacle, man. Like, for me personally, to have just started watching this whole entire thing like 2 months ago, to the moment that I saw then and there, I was like, all this led up to this moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was waiting for this battle just for Jon Snow to meet Ramsay in and of itself was gratifying, but to have them legitimately battle it out, and I wasn't like left like hanging, from that prospect, I thought that was amazing. So I guess we can go, before we talk about Jon and Ramsay's fight and just in all of that, what did y'all think about Daenerys, like, stepping up, like you said, being on the dragons and just leading, wrecking house, basically?
Okay, I thought that the Daenerys thing was fantastic. Like, I mean, it's still a little bit weird that, like, she kind of just came in so graciously and, like, that's just it. That's just how she rolls, I guess. But, I mean, outside of that, I thought it was perfection. And I also loved the conversation between her and Yara and Theon as well. That was pretty interesting. Which, for the record, I could be totally wrong, but, like, could there have been, like, some sleight of hand flirting going on between Yara and
yes, there was.
Maybe like a tongue, like a tongue-in-cheek thing. I'm not really sure, but it was, something. It was extremely, extremely subtle, but
yeah, there definitely was. Like,
was in your face. It was all in your face.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I just thought that their communication in general, like they were on the same page. And even just seeing, you know what I'm saying, like Theon from where he came from, and even where Tyrion had seen him before to the person that he is, without him saying all the stuff that he's gone through, he stood his ground behind his sister. And I thought that solidified him as moving forward. Like, I can't wait to see what's going to happen next, you know, especially with them having the ships now. But just her being on those dragons, man, like, I was like, man, this is a thing of legend. Like, I haven't seen anything like this in a movie in a long time, let alone a TV show. So when I was sitting there watching it happen, I was like, this is going to be an amazing episode, just from that opening alone.
Yeah, totally.
So, all right, well, I guess this is the best part of talking about this. Everything that happened from the moment Jon Snow met Ramsay Bolton. What's y'all's thoughts? Let it out.
Oh my God! It was like what are those memes that crack me up? It's like a YAS. It's like, yes, God. That's what happened here. I was like, yes. It was so fantastic. Like, it was very well timed as well. It wasn't just like, let's hurry up and get to it. Like, there was actual like suspense that sort of like mounds and mounds, which I thought was pretty cool. Actually, ironically, I would like to start off with at least for me personally, a negative that I don't understand. Like, a lot of people have been like, why didn't Rickon just zigzag? He would have lived. And I'm like, okay, well, there's a few things. First off, he's just a kid. Okay, he's probably scared shitless at this point. You know what I'm saying? He might be sleep deprived, who knows, right? I highly doubt he just came from getting a massage and lunch. You know what I mean? Also, even if he was zigzagging, I mean, who's to say that if Ramsay couldn't hit him, Ramsay just would have been like, you know, his goblin ass just would have been like, hey, get his ass, I'm having trouble, you know what I'm saying? Then they all just fire like 50 rounds. Did anyone think about that? Anyway.
Good point.
Anyway.
I didn't even
I'm gonna pause there for now.
Nah, I mean, the thing was that whole thing that happened with him running out, I was like, man, no matter what, Sansa understood their brother was dead from the moment that he had him. And that's something that Jon didn't internalize and he didn't get. A lot of people, the negative that a lot of people have been giving Sansa flack for was that she could have told Jon earlier. Now, she could have told him, he could have not listened. A lot of things could have happened. This is true. But at the same time, she was the one that, you know, came through in the end. But when that moment happened, when I saw his brother running out there, I was like, Jon, look, bro, you got to stay back. Like, you got to not run out there. And this fool with his crazy self, like, he was blessed not to get killed in that whole situation, because I think that Ramsay could have hit him at any time. Like, I was watching, because I remember back when they were hunting that little girl with the dogs, and just how precise he is as a shooter. Even when he was like aiming at Jon in the end, I was like, he could have shot him at any time he wanted to. He wanted to give him a false sense of hope just for him to watch his brother die in front of him. That's the way that I saw it. Like, I don't care if the man can zigzag, go to the left or right. Like, this dude is a sharpshooter. That's what he loves to do, is play games with people. But I don't know. What was your take on just the whole situation, Amon, like the build up?
It was perfectly done. I mean, I could not breathe. Like, it was one of the scariest. Well, two parts in this episode were so scary. The other part was when Jon was being buried alive by the bodies. Yeah. But that one, I mean, we all knew he wasn't going to make it. Like, he was with Ramsay. So, yeah, I was even saying that. Just do this. I couldn't even think of the word zigzag. But, oh my God, like, how heartbreaking. Ramsay thinks about stuff like that. He's so calculating and so evil that he knew that it would bring Jon to him closer, and he wanted to get rid of him, like, right off the bat. So he what is the word? He baited him basically with Rickon.
Yeah.
And then that shot through the chest, like, I mean, I had like a little bit of hope because they got so close. So it was definitely heartbreaking to see him die like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was rough, man. But I mean, the thing about it, real talk, when his brother did die and he decided to just go straight at, the crowd, I was like, yo, John might die right
Yeah.
now. Like, and that might be it.
Yeah.
One of the coolest moments I think I've ever seen from the show, John charging at the army, and I was just like, "What, John?" And like, there's a shot where like, I think literally like 40 men are riding towards him, which is real. Like, it's not even CGI. At least in that shot, with him sort of standing there with the sword. Man. That's not even talking about the battle.
Yeah, dude. It was like, I mean, because as he was going there, I think he had this realization that he might not get to that moment before his group can help him. And I think he was prepared to die in that moment. But it just happened to be that the collision just hit, and that visual of seeing all those soldiers just meshing in, I was like, I haven't seen anything like this since Troy, or since Kingdom of Heaven, or since like Gladiator. Like, I mean, 300. Like, I literally was like, this came from being a TV show to being a movie event. Like, this episode alone could have been like a 2-hour long movie. And they could have just derived certain things and elements away, but I was like, this is excellently crafted. I love the battle. But what was one of y'all's favorite moments in the battle besides that moment?
I know mine.
Uh-oh.
Okay, go ahead and
I can go ahead. Okay. It was when Tormund bit that guy's neck out. Like, I thought he was gonna die. I thought he got stabbed, and I was like, he Rick Grimes him. It was Rick Grimes. He did it. I was just like, oh man, that was good. I thought he was gonna die. That was a good moment for me.
Yeah.
Yes. Favorite moment probably. Favorite moments. I don't know. I mean, maybe Jon Snow getting up from being trampled.
Yeah.
He was suffocating.
Yeah.
I think that might be my favorite moment.
Yeah, because it's kind of like a metamorphosis that happened for him. Like, up until that moment, I mean, he had been fighting, but I think that it was like a piece of himself that he had lost when he died kind of came back. It was almost like he came out breathing the real breath. And I thought that was really symbolic of, like, the fact that, like, man, he might actually make it out of this alive. I don't know how, but I had more hope that he could, like, when that happened. Because when they started getting, like, that was the moment that for me, I was like, they could all die. Like, they were all getting pushed in, like, Spartan style. Like, there was nothing that they could really do. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was excellently crafted of bringing me with suspense and dread at the same exact simultaneous moment. But the most gratifying moment was definitely the end, where, like, John was like, no, you ain't getting away, player. Like, I'm coming with a giant. And, like, he does, Ramsay with his crazy self killed the giant. I was so sad, man. I was so sad.
I can't believe he did that. Like, he really wanted to die. He knew John was in there. And the whole, like, all of the wildlings were there. They all had the bow and arrows pointed at him, and he still tries to kill one or whatever. He's like, and he could not fight. You see that? Did you guys even notice? Like, he was trying to shoot him with an arrow, but he couldn't, like, fight him one-on-one, like fists or anything like that. He's never fought. I don't think he's never fought in, like, an actual fight ever.
Oh, I think that. Well, okay. You remember when Theon's sister tried to, like, get him back, You know what I'm saying? Like, and try to kidnap him away from Ramsay. Ramsay came down the stairs. He didn't come with a bow. He had 2 knives in his hand with no shirt, basically naked, ready to kill ninjas. So I think that he can fight.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that he can fight. The issue was he knew he lost. So he was like, I want to just take this man out and make him suffer while doing it. So he was like, all right, I'm going to take the cheap route, use a bow and arrow, and there was no honor in what he wanted to do. He just wanted to kill the person that was trying to win the victory. He was like, even though I've lost this battle, I can still win this war. It's the same thing he did psychologically to Sansa. It was like, even though, yeah, you're going to kill me, but I'm still a part of you. And I'm like, Lord, I hope she's not pregnant. But I mean, even with that, it's like she still is changed from a byproduct of being with him.
Yeah.
Were you talking about Sansa being pregnant?
Yeah.
Man.
That would be some sad joint, man.
Can't get rid of Ramsay. Like, he's spawned. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. Like, that whole sequence also, though, when I saw Jon beating him down, I was like, Jon, in him. And that's the thing about this show, man. Like, I wouldn't root for anybody to just bash somebody's head in, but that's where I went psychologically. I was like, this has got to happen. Don't not kill him. I was like, listen to myself. I was like, what am I saying?
I know. I watch myself back too, and I'm like, what's going on with me? I'm not that person. Why am I like this? So, because I was like, kill him, but painfully, slowly, piece by piece, cut him up. But that's not who I am in real life, like, at all. Game of Thrones.
I was so elated when he was being eaten by those dogs. Like, I felt so happy, which sounds bizarre, but
Yes, dude. Oh my gosh, bro. I don't know. It's so bad, man. Like, I mean, part of me wanted to get him skint. Part of me was like, yo, cut off one of his his parts or whatever. But I was like, you know what? He's been talking about these dogs forever, since we first talked about him. So I was like, it is poetic that he would get killed by the ones that he kind of trusted more than anybody. But Sansa got that smirk off in the end, though.
Yeah.
She liked it.
That's crazy. I wanted to ask you guys about that too, because I feel like that's like a turning point in her character. Like, she's not this innocent girl anymore. She seems, like you said, she's taken on a bit of Ramsay. Like, she's really cold. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I've never been in that situation, her position. But, like, do you think she's going to end up going to the dark side? You know, I mean, for her future character.
I don't think so. I think that she's just a different soul now. Like, I think that legitimately you can't come out of something like what she's gone through, abuse and rape, and just watching like all of her family members die. It's just like Arya. Like, Arya is no longer a child anymore. And it's not because she's gotten older, it's because it's a byproduct of the environment that she's been put in. And she's forever going to be changed by that. And the same thing with Sansa. Like, it's just, that's her growth. It's sad that that's how the life is for them. But I think that she's just going to be a stronger willed person. Now, I think that she's going to have an edge to her. And I think she's going to enjoy killing a lot more than, you know, she's never killed anybody before up until this point. So it's definitely going to make a darkness in her rise. But I think that she's still going to stay who she is. I don't know. You got anything to add about Sansa, Drill? Oh, you on mute, bro.
Sorry. Can you hear me and see me?
You're great.
Okay. All right. Just checking. Shit. What was the question again?
Oh,
what I think.
The edge, like basically after the turn of events that happened with Ramsay and Sansa, how that's going to transform her for the negative or the positive, what she's going to turn into.
You're talking about when she did the small smirk at the end of the episode?
Or even just, I mean, her letting him get eaten alive. I mean, she set that up.
No, I think that I think that she is probably going to start down a bit of a darker path, either way you slice it, for sure, morally speaking. I mean, she's gone through some rough stuff, man, and it kind of seems like she's taken on a full transformation in the last few episodes, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I could see her. I mean, I don't know that she's gonna like just evolve into like a Cersei or something, if that's what you're implying, but I do think that she's going down a darker path for sure. Just a person willing to do a bit more dirtier deeds, I suppose, possibly.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Like, I mean, she learned for Peter Baelish. She's learned from byproduct of the environment around her. She's been around a lot of dark men in general, and she's learned to survive. And out of the survival, she's been created in something else. It's like her mom. Her mom is a strong person, or was. Like, she was willing to do whatever it took to get the job done, and she's exceeded her mom in that regard. Another thing I thought was interesting metaphor, like Ramsay getting killed by his own dogs. It's like a part of me really wanted, and I think somebody in the chat even said this, they wanted, Theon to be the one to get vengeance on Ramsay, but in a way he kind of did, because he got done in by his dogs. Something that he would kind of metaphorically say about Theon is like, yeah, you're nothing no more than a dog, and yet he got killed by that very thing. So he lived by the dog and he died by the dog.
Damn right he did. God, I just want to put some emphasis on this because I ran into slight technical difficulties as usual. But man, when them dogs was eating his ass, just couldn't have been more ecstatic. Like, I was just like, yes.
Yeah, dude, it was bloody. It was needed.
Yeah.
This is sad, man. This show, man, it taints your morals, man.
But what do you think about like such a heavy villain being gone, though? You know, I mean, should they try to find another Joffrey or Ramsay, or is like the apologize if I mess up his name. I think it's the Night King. I could be wrong. The main White Walker, but are they going to turn him into like the Thanos for now until the end of the,
I think for me personally, I think he's always been the Thanos. I think that they just didn't understand. It's kind of like Thanos in the sense like the Avengers never knew that Thanos really existed in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And like the group as a whole, all the different kingdoms, they're so busy trying to fight each other. They never really understood, like, this is not just a myth. This is something that's going to be a legendary disaster. This is their version of Armageddon that's coming. And I really feel like, at the end of the day, like, Daenerys is going to need Jon. Jon is going to need the Lannisters. They will all have to converge to be able to fight this force. It's like, there's definitely a lot of evil spread out through all these different kingdoms, but the end goal is to try to survive what's coming. And like just watching Jon like seeing all those wildlings getting killed and then getting revived by this one, I was like, that is raw power that no evil person that's come up on the show has been able to possess anyway. It's like it's unfathomable what he's capable of. So it's like, because of that, anybody that's good or evil could be under his control at any given time. So I mean, I think that he is going to be that end result that the story has been building to. I don't know if it's going to be in the 7th season. I don't know if it's going to be in the 8th season, but I really do feel like that's where it's all leading up to. I think that the Boltons have to be taken out so that, Jon and his group can be able to refortify the new age that has to fight this. But it's going to be interesting to see, like, Jon and Daenerys get together, like, to try to combat something like that. I think that'd be interesting. But I don't know. What was your take on the big bad Imon, based on his question?
So like what you just answered, that question, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, when Joffrey died, it kind of sucked. I'll be honest. Like, because he was such a good bad guy,
Yeah.
So and that I'm talking about like, a couple of seasons back. So then now Ramsay took over. He was this evil. No one, I mean, we like him as a villain. Like, he's a great villain, but no one liked him. But it's almost like, dang, now yes, the Night's King is more powerful, he's he's not a human, he's kind of immortal in a way, but we don't hate him the way we like hated Joffrey or Ramsay and wanted him dead. But what I think is really interesting is in John's army. He had the giants, he has wildlings, he has people from all these different kingdoms, towns, whatever it is, everyone's together, and that's kind of a metaphor for what will happen. Like, they're going to have to get together eventually, like you were saying. They're not, I mean, there's no way that they can, like, beat the Night's King with just themselves, like.
Yeah.
And Sam's gonna come in and help out in a big way. I think being a Maester.
I am? Oh. I was like,
yeah,
sign me up. I want to be an actor. I got it. Let's do this. Yeah.
Yeah, Sam's motherfucking dead, people. Dude, I gotta say, if I saw you like just on screen during Game of Thrones, I'd be like, what? I would be.
That would be so cool.
Oh, goodness.
So, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay, I'm just like.
I was just messing. I really was just messing.
Oh, he's got the Valyrian steel sword, so he's got some importance.
Yeah, I mean,
importance.
So it's gonna be dope. But all right, so I guess we'll go ahead and close this out. What is everybody's rating? 1, 2, 3. No. I just assumed. I don't know.
It's great. No. I'm giving it's an easy 10 out of 10 for me, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought it was a 10 out of 10. Like, as soon as we got to Tyrion sneak dissing Theon, so.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 for you too?
Yeah.
Yeah. All day, y'all. We got 10s. We got 3 10s. That's a 30. That's what it got. It was a great episode. It was like, it exceeded my expectations. And I think that JOR-EL had kind of said, like, dude, this is going to be big. And I was like, you know what? This might really legit be crazy. So, everybody that's in the chat right now, everybody that's going to be watching this, definitely go to the description bar below. Check out Imon's and JOR-EL's reactions to the episode. It was really interesting how we all interacted from it. Maybe at one point we'll all do like a live reaction. If we can ever get this controlled in a certain kind of way, I think that'd be really dope. But we'll talk about that on another time. But definitely go and show them some love. Go and like their channel or like their reactions and subscribe to their channels. And we'll be back for the season finale next Monday. So, I don't know. That's a good question. What happens next?
Burn, baby, burn. That's all I gotta say.
I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted on that because they have one of the biggest like individual moments of all time with the Hordor thing. Now they've had arguably the best episode so far, so I don't know how they could equal or be more memorable than that with the finale. So I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be a Daenerys and Yara makeout scene. You never know.
Man, yeah.
What the world?
I predicted that. Like, I don't know, man. I like that. I like them together. I don't care. I'm not even like, I don't swing that way, but I'm just totally for that. I don't know why. It just, I mean, a few people on my YouTube do think I swing that way because of my hair, but No, but you know, I'm totally, I'm ready. I mean, I'm ready for it. I've been ready.
Okay, all right. Well, you know what? We're
Yeah, close this down.
gonna have a later on Game of Thrones live discussion after dark session.
You're right.
And we'll talk about this another time, everybody. That's a little bit too much for YouTube, right?
That's Terrell's fault.
Well, hey. I was making a suggestion.
Oh Lord. Anywho, so
Anyways,
yeah, yeah. I mean, I totally lost my train of thought.
I don't know, LeBron James. I don't know what's going on.
Anyway.
It's crazy right now.
So yeah, we definitely are looking forward to a great episode for the next one. I don't know how it could possibly top this episode, but it has been confirmed it's going to be 69 minutes, so it's got a lot more air times, close to 70 minutes, which is dope. So anything can happen in 10 minutes, as we all know. So, but definitely stay tuned next time, y'all. We'll be back, and definitely go and check out our reaction. We always do reactions on that Sunday or Monday. And then we'll be back here on Monday to be able to do this live discussion again. And it's going to be really big. Maybe we can invite some more of y'all out. Let us know in the description bar or the comments if you want to be included in this in later time. And, yeah, that's all we got, folks. Peace, everybody.
Peace, everybody.